Welcome back, everybody, for another video on the We Trying channel. Leroy, what is that?
Uh,
Sure, whatever. I'm Michael. That's
coaster,
Leroy.
a
Leroy's
coaster.
got he's got issues tonight, y'all. I don't know, but
It's a coaster, man. I had a
okay.
stain. I didn't realize I had a stain on the shirt when I put it on
Uh huh.
when I got home after I changed, and then I
Uh huh.
looked down. And I was like, "Oh, this has a stain on it."
So you okay?
So I
Fantastic.
so I put a coaster up.
So walk me through this slave movie and why I should care.
I don't know that you should care. But here's a little bit of behind the scenes. Um, I saw that Apple Plus had posted the poster and trailer for Will Smith's new film. Now, before the slap, not to be confused with the snap, Will Smith was reportedly going to be up for an Oscar if when this movie came out. Supposedly it's that good. And we know that there's some truth to it because whenever black people do slave movies, um, there's some gold in it by the way of a statue. Um, you have told me that this is based on a true story.
Hmm.
It's not some made up slave story. It's actually based on the escape of a, a real person.
Hmm.
I didn't know that. I just knew it was another slave movie.
Hmm.
And if some smart person wants to do a really hard comedy movie, they should call it another slave movie, starring all black people. Uh, well, not all black. I mean, you need a few white people in there. Um, so yeah, that's all I know about it. I know it's coming out on in movie theaters, going on Apple Plus like a
Hmm.
week later, and from all from everything I read the before the slap, this was going to be he this was Oscar bait, so to
I mean,
speak.
to be fair, it still could be right. He just wouldn't get an award.
Well, you know we've
So I
talked
mean,
about.
so even
Hold
if
on,
he's not a part of it, like it could still be a
true, but here's the thing: he still, even though he got banned from the actual participation of the awards, he can still be nominated. He's still part of the member of the Academy. But we know how Oscar voters are. It's not just the work; it's also the campaigning for the role. Do they like you? Um, all of those things. So he could be the best person subjectively the best person to win that year, but he may not win just
Oh,
based on
sorry. What I meant was like even if he isn't nominated, the movie could still win other stuff without.
true, but we also know that, like I said, it's all subjective. So even though this movie could be one of the front runners in a normal world because of the slap that is going to taint and be part of any conversation about this movie. So let's
Cool.
do it.
All right.
Damn, I thought they were gonna start with
I heard
whipping,
it
but
myself. Slaves are free. Zazu. Lincoln. We must get to Lincoln's army. 5 days through this swamp.
There are many ways to die in a swamp.
There are many ways to die here.
I will not be afraid. What can a mere man do to me?
Follow the sound of Lincoln's cannons.
My family is with me forever. I will look in triumph
at my enemies.
So what do you think?
It looks
Honestly.
no, I think it looks good, right? I think
Okay.
the thing for me is it's and I don't know the words because I'm not a director or stuff like that, but like just the way it's shot and composed and how the scenes look just really draw me into them. I think that's interesting. I'm curious when the movie goes between black and white and color, like actually seeing it in person. I think that would be kind of cool, and it just the overall look of it looks really good. Um, I will say the background from the swamp sounded like the Predator to me for some reason, but that's another thing altogether. But yeah, I think it looks interesting. It is not what I thought it was going to be. To be fair, this is only a teaser, so I don't know. Um, when I was talking to you, I was like, I really didn't want to see another slave movie, and I'm curious how much of beating of black people we're going to get in this movie. We might not get a lot, which would be interesting. That'd be a welcome change of pace for a slavery type movie, if I'm being honest.
Hold on, I didn't mean to laugh, but the way you said that, it's like
Yeah,
it's just it's so.
like the movie 12 Years a Slave. I enjoyed that movie, but
You did?
it's like
I did not. I
I
did not.
did. And maybe enjoy is not the right word, but I respected the performances of the people in it a lot.
Okay.
But I mean, again, black people getting their ass whooped. So I'm just curious what we're going to see in this compared to that.
I
Um, I think Will Smith's accent is interesting, and I really do. Just I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean just interesting. Um, I'm intrigued.
okay. I am I was interested in it because again, I have heard about this movie for a while,
Hmm.
not knowing anything other than Will Smith plays a runaway slave, and people were like, basically, kind of like you, not again.
Hmm.
And Will Smith was like, hold up, it's not what you think, and everybody was like, really? It was like, and so when it came out, especially considering it's coming out during Oscar season. So it's coming out during the pitch when you would see normally movies come out to for that Oscar bait. Amsterdam is coming out at this time. I believe it comes out what next week. Um,
If you say so.
so uh, we have the internet. Let me look. Um, so yeah, Thursday, October 6th. Actually, this week. So we know that's going to be a big deal. That's going to be trying to get Oscar dollars. Marvel is dropping Black Panther 2, Forever Wakanda in
Mhm.
November. That's so we know the October, November, December is usually the Oscar window for movies when they're released. So the fact that this wasn't dumped in a January or February like a lot of movies are, and it has a prestigious look to it. That trailer was cut very well. Like you said, we don't know the movie, but a trailer is supposed to give you a insight or tone, and that gives us a very interesting tone,
Hmm.
one we have not seen before. Um, One not just in a movie as far as like slavery, anything like that, in a movie period. We have not seen that kind of tone, the way that was edited. I'd like to know the company behind it because it looks really well done. Um, also notice that Ben Foster's in this,
Yeah, I like Ben
and
Foster.
Ben Foster does not end up in bad movies, in my opinion.
Sure.
Ben Foster always is always in interesting films. If you the two movies he was with Chris Pine, The Contractor that came out this year, and what was that
Hell
other
or High
movie?
Water.
Hell or High Water. Yes, thank you. Hell or High Water is an awesome film.
Hmm.
Um, uh, I'm trying to think of some other ones. The one with is it Dennis Quaid? The one where uh, not Sanctorum. Is it Parabellum? No, what is the name of that movie? Hold on, let me go to this dude's IMDb page because Ben Foster's in a lot of, in my opinion, a lot of interesting movies. 310 to Yuma, I own that movie. That's a great movie too. He plays a very good, very bad guy.
Mhm.
Uh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Pandorum. Yes, I like Pandorum. Pandorum was a very good movie in my opinion. He was also very good in the 30 Days of Night, the first, the mechanic. So like he was really good in my opinion, in a lot of these movies. Hostiles. So when I see that name, I think good things about a film. So I feel like this might be really good. But again, we talked about that after the slap, when it comes to campaigning for Oscar movies, that is going to negatively affect this film,
Sure.
whether it's good or bad.
Yeah. Did you ever see what was it, Birth of a Nation?
Is
Not
that
like not the old one, but like the new one.
I think I saw Birth of a Nation, the original one, for a film class. And I know it's Birth of the Nation to talk about because the guy who directed it was accused of rape, and
Hmm.
that came out when the movie was coming out.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. I only
Nate
bring that up just
Parker.
because Nate Parker. Yeah.
Yes.
Um, I think it's an interesting case with talking about emancipation, um, just to see how much when they try to campaign and show this movie off, if Will Smith is going to be in those chairs doing interviews and stuff, or if maybe they're going to lean on the other cast like Ben Foster and
That's a
who else
good
did I
point.
see in there, like Mustafa Shakir and all that kind of stuff.
But here's the thing. How do you do this movie and campaign and do Oscar campaigns or even do press for this movie without Will Smith?
We'll
Because
find out.
that makes the absent his absence makes it even weirder. So
Hmm.
eventually Will Smith is going to have to take the band-aid off and sit in front of a camera in front of someone and ask questions. Maybe Oprah, maybe Gail,
Hmm.
maybe Robin Roberts. I don't know. It could be Anderson Cooper. I don't know who it would be, but
Might
he's
be Craig
come.
Melvin.
I don't think it'd be Craig. I think this is an Oprah thing.
Okay.
I think you sit down with Oprah. And another thing that I think is interesting is we know the tone of the movie is going to be some type of is going to have some difference to it than other slave movies because Will Smith has said that it's going to be different. And two, did you watch the speech he gave at the Oscars when he won it for King Richard?
No.
So I think the speech is very telling when you think about the fact of why he slapped Chris Rock. I don't condone the slap of Chris Rock. People have said stuff about me, and I hadn't hit him. Um, so, but I do understand standing up
You don't
for
have fuck you money, but that's another thing.
that is true. But
Yeah.
I do have fuck you attitude.
Yeah. That's not the same, sir.
That's not the same. But when he talked about accepting the Oscar for King Richard, he talked about feeling like he had to be a protector. He had to be a different type of person. And he talked about the legacy of his career. And I, in his mind, I wonder, is he choosing these roles now to show an image that maybe we have not always seen? And he felt some kind of way that he damaged that image by the slap and that duality of him. I'm going to win it for King Richard. Yet I went up on stage and slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, who I felt was defaming and being inappropriate to my queen sitting next to me, like those two dualities, knowing he had these other films down the pipeline and wondering what that next thing was going to be. Because this movie, by all accounts, is literal Oscar bait. Like it's black people, slavery, black and white.
Sure.
You get nominated for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I, the what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is this teaser did a good job in making me want to see more of it.
because you were not.
I definitely didn't want to before.
You directly like you changed your mind, and I actually called you and was like, "Hey man, we ain't got to do this," and you were like, "Nah, I actually want to do this," and that's a very good teaser or trailer that
Mhm.
makes you change your mind. Very few trailers or teasers do that. They show too much of the movie. We didn't see anything.
No,
We didn't see anybody get hit, but we did see the imagery of blood on the leaves.
right.
And we know that song "Blood on the Leaves." We that imagery is very powerful. And then
Mhm.
at the last clip of Will Smith in this trailer is him hitting something with the shovel, which you could assume is a person.
Well, I wonder if it was a shovel or maybe if it was just like his shackles or something. I don't know.
No, he was hitting something with a shovel. I don't know what that was.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm not normally so like 12 Years a Slave hurt me.
Mhm.
I was like I'm done with slave movies. I'm not doing this anymore. Um, Especially after 12 Years a Slave. And then Lupita, when she won, I cried. I actually shed tears when Lupita won the Oscar, and I watched her up there. She looked beautiful. And she talked about the fact of it was this dichotomy of winning something for something so powerful and something so painful. And I remember that, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm out. um, I can't do this anymore." And then you see the opening image because I really thought we was going to start with hearing a whip.
Mhm.
But we didn't. We started with blood on the leaves, and we know that. And again, I know Ye sampled that, but we know that's from Nina Simone. Um, and I think one of the interesting things about this movie too is who wrote it. Did you see the name? They said William Coolidge,
Yeah.
but on IMDb he's Bill Coolidge, and he's a writer for some interesting films. One that I think a lot of people did like, even though it didn't have the cast that people like, which was Exodus, Gods, and Kings. A lot of people thought that was a good movie. They thought Ridley Scott messed up by not casting people of color in that movie.
Huh. Okay. Like that wasn't my issue with the movie, but all
Oh,
right.
really? What was your issue
No,
with
the
it?
movie was garbage.
Really?
Yes,
I never watched it.
that movie's not good.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah. No.
I
Uh-uh.
boycotted that film. I did not watch it. I'd seen clips of it. I've never watched the whole thing. I've only seen clips. I've only seen trailers. I was not watching it on principle. I was like, you're not gonna do Gods and Kings and not really.
Yeah.
We going Christian Bale? Really? So I was out, and my love of Ridley Scott,
Hmm.
but he pissed me off with that. So I'm in. I'll see it on December the 9th when it comes to Apple Plus.
Apple. So not in theaters.
No, I'm not going to a movie theater to see slave movies, sir. This is 2022.
Okay. Well, I think that's telling of whether or not you think it's worth seeing in the movies or not.
But there's a lot of stuff I won't see in the movies because I have kids, and I like in order to go to a movie, it's got to be worth it. There's I didn't see Dune in the movie theaters, and you know my love affair with Dune.
You kept talking about seeing Dune in theater.
I wanted to see Dune, but I couldn't get around to it. I had to watch it on because you remember. I remember we talked about it. I wanted to see that in your 4K whatever thing. I
Hmm.
couldn't do it, and
Yeah.
I wanted to see that, and I didn't get a chance to see it. Birds of Did I watch Birds of Prey in a movie theater? I wanted to watch Wonder Woman in a movie theater. I couldn't do it. I'm glad I
Yeah.
didn't,
I'm
but
glad you didn't.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I did. But there's a lot of movies I didn't get a chance to watch in the movie theater. This one I would watch, but I ain't going to the movie theater for it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a
Uh,
rental.
let's a rental. Let us know you want to see this movie. Um, what brought you into the movie? What kind of things you're like? Oh, this is what I'm looking for this. Is this going to be Will Smith's redemption story? Let us know.
Ooh,
I don't know.
could the slave movie be Will Smith's redemption movie?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Or and is if he wins, he can't be at the ceremony. But could they play a video clip of him accepting the award at the ceremony?
Also, in the chat, people who really follow the Oscars, let us know how that works. Because I'm
What?
curious. Because I don't like how does that? He's banned.
He's
So
banned from the ceremonies for 10 years, but he wasn't kicked out of the academy and he can still win awards. He just can't be at the ceremony. So if he wins, and he knows he went like they like some like
So he'll be like Roman Polanski.
ooh.
Well, I just meant in terms of winning the war, but you can't get it.
I thought they rescinded his. I thought they took his award
Oh,
back.
did they? Okay,
I'm not
could be.
sure. We have to look that one up. I think they gave. I think that. Well, they kicked him out of the academy. Roman
Okay,
Polanski is no longer in the academy. Will Smith didn't get kicked out, much to Judd Apatow's chagrin. Not friend of the show. Yeah, I said it.
I don't know where you're going with this. Now we're just wasting time, folks.
No, no,
Like,
no.
comment, subscribe, follow us. We trying YouTube, Facebook, all the places. Follow us. We trying y'all at Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, all right there. We got more videos to get to, so we out.
Deuces.